news in the NFL. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and 12, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Let's go, Heavy. Let me know what you got. What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Big Ed. Check 37. Deuce. Express. Out. Get set.
So that'll back him up 5. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
56, man. Raider 2. Check 56. Defense wins championships, baby. Like 56. Mike 56. Watch the flat. That's right. Check nickel.
Yo, Chief.
Slam.
Express. Get down.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 45 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Swift. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's put him on the bus. Let's put that
And to give this time to the tailback.
I got you, boy.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Down. 280.
56, right there, 56. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check 13. Check 13. Switch.
Easy.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check. Fresno.
This is Jones. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Yellow. Let's go, little lady.
Come on, D.
Yellow.
Wow, move.
Check Mike 39.
Come on.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Fight on these two. That's a long way. I'm here all day.
First carry for James Conner. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On first down, it's Grant. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
I got it. Let's go. Mike.
15.
Mike, 51. It's our time. It's our time. Check 3.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Yellow.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Here's Grant. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Yellow.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Hey, switch gears. Check 43.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Yellow. There's a water, right?
36. Yo.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Jim. Switch.
43.
Watch safety creeping. like he's creeping.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the kick by Becker is good. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Down. 56. 180. Hey, we're good, we're good. 180. Check. Lucky. Express.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Twisting away. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Down. 180.
Max 56. Let's go, baby. Turn up. Get that.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Monday, down. 180.
Right there. 56. I'm coming after you. 50.
Express.
56. Check 56. Arnie. Tight dog. Check.
That's it.
From midfield, here's Carr going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Watch the safety creep.
Check it backer, check it backer.
Low. Come. Shoot.
To throw, it's Carr. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Hey, Ribley. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 15.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Jones. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big run there by Jones. 49 yards. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Max Crosby in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
We're going to keep getting sacks.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
All day, every day.
And the pressure gets to him again. Max Crosby, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Here's Jones. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Butker's kick here is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Let's get it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. All day, all day, all day.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Down. 56, Mike, 56. 180. Hey, we're good, we're good. 180. 694. Express. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Watch the curl, watch the curls. Mike, 56. Mike. Two straight Chief. Switch.
Now Carr throwing on second down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Hill on the return. Not a big deal on that one, just your everyday 67-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They will run with Grant. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, switch!
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the 1st.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10.
Check, go get him,
This is Grant, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Not today. Hey, Mike 51. Hey, get in the weight room. 51's Mike. Mike 51. Hey, 43. Go. Mike 51. Mike 51.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Let's go, defense.
Hey, 15. Check Mike.
Charlie.
Mike 39. You must be dreaming.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Double tight. 3 down. Safe.
Hey, 15. Hey, Sunday. 15.
Check 26.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And going deep for... This is caught inside the 15. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
They go back to Grant. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Yellow. Echo. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. I'm on. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. And watch the leg.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's get there. Hold the look.
They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Big hit.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On second down, Swift. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Short gain, last two plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
31's the mic. Come on, baby.
Carr to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And an alley to run. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go down as a loss of 8, and it'll be a second and long.
Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. It's been a long day for you.
Back.
Hey, 57.
Slam.
They'll go again to Jones. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. They'll try the right side with Jones. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 48. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Kansas City, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Oakland, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.